I'm bad, good when I'm good, I'm better when I'm bad. They say to behave myself, where's the fun in that? I know I just met you, I think in time you won't regret this ride that you're on. You'll be glad that you're mine, 'cause I'm good.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it!
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and/or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
We'll do it again. There we go.
Patriot Pride.
Whoa. Does this ever come out? Does this sound ever sound good? Tell me again. No?
I feel like it's Knight Rider or Baywatch, but I feel like it's definitely David Hasselhoff, and he's running somewhere. I don't know why.
Yeah, amazing. We got to make our own. We got to do what we got to do. But here we are. It's our Monday. Gabriel Wren on time like always. Boom. Yeah, we won't put that one up there, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you. This is the People's Patriot Project, and this is our weekly. Where'd you go? Did you have to get makeup done real quick or something?
Yeah. My lighting guy was changing some stuff in the background.
Fair enough. This is the People's Patriot Project. I'm Mark Peterson, and this is. Do I gotta say
Jonathan Crochet of People's Patriot Project.
And this is our WeP3 Weekly Debrief. This is where we come and share some of the things that we've gotten done in this week and what's going to be coming up in the week ahead, and where we are getting stuff, and then Gabriel Wren as well. Yes. and that's, you can be a regular on here, but I am scared to say that. There's only one other person I can get upset for their time element, and you're a busy man. Yes, Mark has an eye off. Go ahead, run with it, Gabriel. Should we just bring you on? I mean, let me know. We'll go. We'll roll. You don't have the show notes, so I mean, we can still make it work.
We will loosely follow that.
Yeah. So if we get a guest on that doesn't know how to participate, first of all, you should all be able to make your comments, share, like, do all those pieces. But there is, for some people that sign into the group, and if you have not signed into the, I don't even know, you're in the shower. Well, good for you, buddy. There is a link that you can click so we can see comments. If you're not, then you can be like Gabriel Wren and start punching your thoughts and ideas in here as valued as they are or aren't at any given moment. And we do value Gabriel a ton. We get to come here for a reason. And that is when I delete everything on the screen the way that it's supposed to be. And then thank goodness they have a back button. We know why we get to do this. We thank our service members and our first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and ultimately their lives. It's more than that. I kind of even want to share a story. When I was a firefighter, I did not know, and I'm not going to use the word trauma because I'm not that guy. There are traumas that I think that our kids face, but I had no idea when I was a firefighter at the time that I was a firefighter. We had pagers, and I had no idea the stress it put on my children when that pager went off. I had no idea until a couple years later. And they shared with me that we were scared when you were running out the door, and God bless their hearts. I mean, yes, we dealt with trauma. Yes, we dealt with adverse missions and scenarios. But I want to say 45% of the time we were extremely safe, and that is 45% of the time. Yes, buildings are falling down around us when we're in there, and our police officers are getting shot at, and our EMS providers are being shot at, and our servicemen and women are sleeping in foxholes. Not as much now, but I guarantee you, because some politician thinks it's a great idea to come visit us during chow time, and they bring the helicopter in while they're serving our chow, and the helicopter dances up all the dust and sand and lands in our chow. I mean, those are great opportunities. Thanks, Gabriel. I appreciate you. These are the people that we thank and appreciate because I get to do this, Gabriel. I get to do this because of the men and women who have served and those people that have been on the front line. So we come here every Monday. Yesterday, we have our show on Sundays. We get your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We're going to get into that piece a little bit. Mondays is all about the People's Patriot Project. And, of course, we always spill into other people's missions. Like Mr. Gabriel here, who's a veteran and has an organization or a business called Trinity Productions, and is also working with Chair 55, which some amazing things are happening in that space right now as well. So this weekend, we had a post-show meeting after our show last night because we always do, but we had this amazing guest. I don't think the name is right on the sheet, Jonathan.
Kimmer.
It is Kimmer, but
it's not on the sheet, right?
Well, it's not, but that's okay. We'll go with Kimmer. What an amazing, amazing soul this person is, who's lived in the face of adversity and has dealt with some significant, I'm going to call them traumas, with several times of being raped while in the service, and ultimately just having the conversation around military sexual trauma. And who would have thunk? And I don't know, this is a good subject matter for me and Jonathan, in the fact that it gets us both pretty heated up. The fact that, you know what, we see these pretty robust commercials of our people, our enlistment, our branches of service, putting the cleanest cut, shiniest, perfectly honed soldiers, both men and women, on these TV commercials. And the reality is, there's some doo-doos that are in the service, straight up doo-doos. And I won't take away from the service because of that. The reality is, there are doo-doos in every facet, every niche in life. And we got pastors that are doo-doos, we got teachers that are doo-doos, we got plumbers that are doo-doos, definitely some HVAC people that are doo-doos.
Probably one for sure, maybe more.
And you know, let's be honest. I think each one of us at any given moment has the capacity to be a doo-doo in a moment. Except for, in this case, in my brain, I can't fathom taking that piece of a person in that manner. I don't get that. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. It doesn't fit in my brain. She comes on and shares her voice with passion, and shares that she's out here and willing to be approached. I hate the amount of times we hear the story, but I love the fact that we have champions, and I'm going to call them champions. I want to call them heroes, who have pushed that nasty piece of their life behind them and said, we're going to be bigger and better, and we are going to help the people that don't realize that they are somebody because of these events in their lives. So my point that I was making, we talked post show, is you know, it's hard. It's hard to have a upbeat tempoed show like we normally do when you're talking about such an adverse piece of our world. And sometimes, and then not this particular case for sure, I'm concerned about what our other guests are thinking, because we're kind of holding them back. But I'm going to tell you right now, we didn't hold our musician back at all last night. And just to hear his, I'm going to call it stoicism. I have like a lot of great grand words today, but his stoicism, the way he presents his music, but then also his passion, that didn't necessarily come out during the show, but definitely came out during our post show when we were meeting with all of them. And we were so blessed with both of our guests, and you know, Miss Kimmer, that's what she goes by, but Miss Kimmer goes, she works for another organization, and works closely with Derek Iozio, with Warriors for Life, and I can't remember the colonel's name, Colonel Burrows, who we've had on the show as well. We've had all these people on the show, and what an absolute blessing and network these people have. I thought the whole time she was from Texas, because those rock stars are all down in Texas. And she's actually up in Kentucky. Yeah, you threw me out there right there, Jonathan. I appreciate you. And then Kurt Poe was on last night, and what an amazing driving force he is in his network and what he's doing. And again, here's the deal. We just need to give like the Godfather accolade to Derek Iozio and catch because all these all these. I think those 3 guests I can verify and I was going to say nullify, but that would not be the right word. Actually has brought all 3 of those guests to us and has been a pivotal part in making sure they were on the show. So thank you, Derek Iozio. You are a blessing.
He's of Catch 22, right?
Yes.
And he's from where?
El Paso.
Okay. Just checking.
I know. I took my Melaleuca today. I'm just totally joking, but that's where we're at. So no, Jonathan's leaving right when it's his turn to get on the thing. I do want to say a quick thing before we get into it. And it is what it is. We're not going to let it ruin our stride or break us down or anything, and we are on top of it. I do want to let everyone know that at this time, our emails are down, and that is a scary piece for me because of some of the requests and the asks and the stuff we get on our emails. Our website is up, and if you haven't seen our website as of today, it may not look like the one you've seen in the past. And again, we'll do an announcement on that and showcase that a little bit more another time. That was a quickie.
Yeah, my wife was calling. I had to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
You wanna talk about Dom Coors? I know you've got a personal relationship with him.
I don't
so
have to. I mean, that's your role. We're good. If I talk about him, this whole time ends up being me talking. So
okay.
You all right with that?
Dom Coors is his. I don't know, man. Like I love blues music, but getting to hear it like in person is probably even better than just listening to it on radio.
I think Dom's is different. We've all heard blues. I mean, y'all listen to B.B. King at some time. You've all listened to people like that. This is actually a picture, and you may not know everyone in the picture, but there is an individual in this picture that Dom introduced us to that I'm going to consider him. I want to say that he's a significant influencer in the military world, and that's the gentleman in the back right, and that's Wes Whitlock. And if you don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, look him up. He does Rogue. He Rogue T-shirt group. He's got a coffee line, and he is an absolute beast in the network. And it was amazing meeting him. We've been trying to get him on the show for a while, but we should focus and say, we're going to talk about Dom. This is our proud Papa moment. 2 years. I guess it's been longer than that. 3 years ago now. At our event here in Minnesota, we had Jen Ford, BJ Leggett, Dom Kurz, the real Doug Lane. Stephen John was supposed to be up here, but ran into a little problem at the end. But they're out on the ruck march, and they're not rucking, but they were there. And you know what? Once they left our event, they went down to Texas and started a tour group. And how amazing was that? And Dom's a good man, and he's for sure one of those guys in our network where I know, and this was the case this week, our guest had to drop out, and I messaged Dom. I said, "Are you available Sunday night?" He said, "Let's get her done." And it was that simple. And if you haven't heard Dom Coors, you got to get out there and listen. We'll have more of his stuff up on WeP3 Radio. It was an amazing show. You missed it. Dom came in and he played 3 songs for us. Aspen Leaves, which is a little bit played to my heart a little bit because it was around elk hunting, and he'd just been on a trip to Wyoming, and elk is my favorite hunt. It is my favorite protein. It is my favorite concept. Mr. Schultz, you're a blessing, brother. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out for your friends. Thank you for being part of our network. I am still working on that. I hope our people are in a safe place. I am still working on it and trying to find someone that can alleviate that ask. And we appreciate you, brother. I wish I could do more right now, and I feel like I'm dropping the ball, not getting anything done at all. But I'll fill you in with that one in a bit, Jonathan.
Yep.
But back to Dom. Aspen leaves. He tells a story about he got the opportunity to go hunting in Wyoming. He's got elk hunting fever. That's something I wish I gave it up years ago because I became a high school football coach. Not that matters, but it's something that always, it's like, I'm going to tell you. So I went cold turkey. I started chewing Copenhagen when I was in the 5th grade. My old man, he didn't give it to me, but it was cool because me and my buddy stole a can and we went down, dipped it, puked our guts out, thought we were the coolest guys on the face of the earth. But we all started relatively into that space, as a crew, Copenhagen chewers. And, I got to college and I couldn't figure it out because all these people were walking around with cups with a napkin in the bottom of it and they're spitting in there. I had never done that in my life because my father had never done that in my life. I didn't know it was an option. So from the 5th grade on to my sophomore year in college, I was a Copenhagen fiend. Because I mentioned it, my mouth is absolutely just rolling right now. And there's not a day that goes by where I don't think I'm slobbering, actually.
Yeah.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about chewing Copenhagen. Well, elk hunting is that for me as well. I got the chill bumps going. It is what it is. So last night when he was playing that song and I had the chance to just kind of sit back and think about what it's like. In Wyoming, it's a little bit different this time of year at, 8,000 to 20,000 feet. It's not quite like it is here in Minnesota where we're, I think, at 2,000 feet. And I definitely can tell you it's not like Louisiana right now because you wouldn't be sitting with your garage door open in T-shirt up there. And I'm stuck on it because I'm just like in that mental space right now. But then he sang a song about Nobody that him and his brother wrote. He's told us that his brother's a veteran. I didn't know that. That's the first time I've heard this. And they're going to be bringing we're going to be bringing both him and his brother on. They're kind of working as a duet right now, and that's really exciting. Great song. Song about a guy that caught amnesia. He doesn't know. He may be guilty. He may not be guilty. He doesn't know. I'm not gonna lie. I was panicking a little bit when he was previewing that song last night, based on the subject matter of our other guest last night. I was like, "Oh, where's this going?" And
that crossed my mind too. I was like, "Uh-oh."
And then the
Great
last song was a song called 10 Toes. It was about a laugh. He talks about foot fetishes and stuff before he sings the song, and it's just kind of a funny. It's weird because I didn't see it as funny because it's just this driving force of a blues driving song, and it's just awesome to watch him and his talent in his craft. And so
fantastic song.
He's got a few shows coming up where we'd like to, and I think Andrew's even got one of them in here.
The
farm.
Yep. That stands for Farmers Assisting Returning Military.
Yeah.
Took me a while to get that one last night.
October 21st. No, you're good. October 21st. That's just coming up. We're excited for him. This brewery that they're at actually is owned by an Army veteran. Get a chance, go. I wish we had more clips of Dom Kurz. We got to figure out a way. We need a tech person. If you've got some time, talent, and treasure where we can create a database on the side of StreamYard, so we don't have to go digging and pulling stuff up, that would be greatly appreciated. We do have one clip of Dom. We'll close on it today because it's his song. And it's actually, if you watch our We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime show, Dom is the curator of the introduction because it is a version of his roll-on that he's given us permission to use. And we've had that on our intro from the very beginning. And it's a driving. Now, the version we have to play today is slightly different than the version that is on our show, but it's an amazing song, and we enjoy having Dom around us. What are you going to talk about now, Jonathan?
So yeah, that was Dom Kurz, man. Fantastic. Check him out. I think you say what we got coming up next week. Can I do that?
Yeah, do that.
Are we ready for that? Are we
at
that point?
Load up, brother. And you got to get going. We got some stuff in the works. So
yeah. Next week we got Jessica Lynch, which I am super excited about. And Jamie Peacock is going to be bringing us some music. And I will admit that I got a hold of that name for the first time last night, so it's loaded up on my Spotify, and I'll be listening to it.
Yeah, you guys know who Jessica Lynch is? You know who Jessica Lynch is, right?
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to put her into the realms of superstar and better or greater than any of our other guests, but here's a young lady that was in the thick of it in the youngest years of her lives and was held captive over in Iraq, and it is she's going to come tell us what the life is about being a POW. Very few of us get to share that. I was going to say accolade. That's not an accolade. That experience. So,
yeah.
Well, let's get you out of here. And why don't we because there's not a whole lot more to talk about today right now at this time, other than we're getting our webpage up and rolling, and we're getting our emails reacclimated, and it'll all be good and gone. Good, ready to go. If you have anything, come be part of the mission. I know I'm rushing at this point, but we got this. We got Dom Kurz with Roll On. Patriot Pride.
Thank you.